Monday. It is not feeling like spring at all. It's like 40 degrees out. This morning when I went to feed the cats, 31. It was a little freezy out there, let me tell you. Whoa. Oh, spring, where have you gone? So I'm back in boots again and a sweater, of course. I'm going to show you my outfit and then I need to run and get back to work because it's kind of late. Kids have been at the library for a little while. I ordered some Pizza Hut, but I hope it gets here sooner than it says because they're not even open right now, but I ordered online and our lunch starts at 11:25 and is over at 11:55, but it said it'll be delivered at 11:45. So I hope it comes sooner than that. Because my partner teacher across the way here, her birthday was Saturday, and her student teacher was going to bring chocolate chip cookies, but she is not here today. So we have no birthday treat for my friend. So I quickly ordered pizza and some brownies. So I'm a little bummed, but it'll work out somehow. We'll get it. It'll be fine. So today we started 2D shapes. Really cool. The kids got to do a 2D shapes hunt. And they got to sort shapes into polygons and not polygons. And that was hard for them. Open and closed shapes were hard because if it didn't have like normal flat sides, they were like, oh, that's open. So I started saying if your dog could get out of that fence, then that's open. If your dog can't get out of that fence, it's closed, no matter what shape it is. They're like, oh. So like if it was an L shape, they thought that was open because it looks like it's an open side. I said, could your dog get out of that if he was inside that fence? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then that would be closed. So the gate is closed. If the gate is open, then the shape is open. And they're like, oh. I'm like, oh. It was like an epiphany. Oh. They totally got it after that. Yeah. So they're like, this is easy. I'm like, right? Because you're so smart. We had a new student start today, and she was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, which is after power hour, after all the crazy shuffling of everybody going to a new place. Today was everybody got to a new group. So Mondays are always a little crazy because of that, trying to get everybody to the right place. We always have a few people that are in the wrong room to start with, and we have to go, oh, you're supposed to be in so-and-so's room. Okay, and then they go. So I always have the names of the kids that are supposed to be in my group on the board for them, and I say, check for your name, and then I'm going to do roll call and make sure that everybody's here that's supposed to be here, and if your name is not up there, then I will make sure you go to the right place. So that alleviates a lot of stress for everyone. But my little friend came right before power hour started. Not before school started. It was after school had already started, but right before we had to switch and move everybody to the different power hour groups. That was a little nerve-wracking. I guess the parent had been told, please bring your child at 9 o'clock, and they didn't. They came very, very early. So it was like, oh, hello. And I didn't really have time to talk to her and tell her things. Because, you know, when you have a new student, you want to show them their cubby, you want to show them where they're going to sit, show them where their things are, kind of take them around the room. No time for any of that. None. I said, hey, let's put your coat over here. This is your cubby. Here's your school box. Let's take it over here. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was just like, and then I did have her in a group. I'd already put her in a power hour group, so I knew where she's going to go. And thankfully, it was with a lot of the kids that were already going over there. So I just said, follow them over here, and then I'll introduce you to that teacher. But can you imagine being a new student in a new school? You come to your classroom and literally like 6 minutes later, you're going to a totally different classroom with a totally different teacher and a totally different mix of kids. That would be a little hard as a new first grader, I would think. Anyway, she survived. It was all good. We had an okay time. Then we came back in and we did the 2D shapes hunt around the room after we talked about what shapes do you know are 2D shapes, blah, 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 blah. We talked about, you know, all the attributes of the shapes and what makes them that shape. And I even went into a triangle is called a triangle because tri means 3. I went over like why is a hexagon called a hexagon, why is a pentagon called a pentagon, why is an octagon called an octagon. We went through all of that. We went over why the shapes are called those names and what the names mean. And they thought that was super cool. So that was really fun. And they really like walking around the room and looking for stuff. We had trouble finding triangles. So I was trying to point them out. They weren't readily apparent. So I'm like, what about that? Would that be a triangle? And they're like, oh, like we had pennants on some like signs back here that were labeling things. Those pennants back there, would those be triangles? And they're like, oh yeah. I said, what about the bottom of that pencil on the writing poster? Would that be a triangle? And they're like, yeah. So we did find enough. I asked them to please find four good examples of each shape because they only had to find square, rectangle, circle, triangle. They should be all over our classroom. Like they're everywhere. They're like, oh, there's a square, there's a rectangle. It was really fun to watch. And then we did our math lesson, which was on sorting shapes and by their attributes and what are the attributes and vertices and sides and all that stuff. Because it was an introductory lesson. And then we had to clean up and get ready for library because everything took so much longer today. Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. I give them plenty of time when we do a walking around the room activity because I want them to have enough time to finish the assignment. Unless you're a straggler. If you're a straggler, you probably don't finish because you're taking longer than most. But most of them got finished. And then we shared out the shapes we saw and we got to point them out in the room. And everybody oohed and awed. It was pretty fun. Yeah. So the rest of the day, we will be learning about fish. That is our animal group for the week. And you'll see my pants that go in the fish group. I'll show you my outfit. And then I'm going to have to get some things done because I need to do some copying. So let me show you what I've got on today. I am wearing this necklace, as you can see, and the matching earrings. These came from Cato. It kind of reminded me of shark teeth a little bit, maybe. So it kind of seemed fishy. A little fishy to me. I've got this little sparkly ring from Walmart. Oh, here are my new nails. These are the kid nails from Dollar Tree. I did not glue them yet. They're just on with the little sticky stuff that comes on the back that's kind of like rubber cement. I literally put them on in like a minute. I just stuck them on while I was waiting for my daughter to come to the car. Yep, done. So when I get home tonight, I will glue them on because they're pretty good. But if you've gotten them wet a few times when you've washed your hands, the glue starts to dissolve a little bit. If you get in the shower, it really goes. That heat really just destroys the goo. But for now, they should be fine. They've been doing pretty good. I'm wearing boots and some leggings, and here's some bracelets that came from Cato. I didn't put my pineapple bracelet on today for some weird reason. I don't know. And I've got a sweater and a short sleeve shirt and a little tank thing underneath it because it's a little low cut, so I don't want anything bacon. Nope, not that kind of school. Anyway, let me back up. Not that anybody goes to that kind of school. I'll back up and show you the whole thing, and then I'll show you a close-up of my pants so you can see what's on them. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you didn't see the picture this morning. I have to go at kind of an angle because of the way the desks are now. So it's a little weird. Okay, so here's the whole outfit. I have a peach colored shirt, you can see. And then here are my leggings. Look, it's jellyfish. Jellyfish. I bet you can guess. Yes, they came from Amazon, and I will link them below. From Leggings Depot, I do believe. They are so soft. They feel like suede. They're so soft and smooth. I love them. A few of my kiddos got some stickers for their Super Improvers card. So they've moved up another rung on the card levels. So that's, I think, 3. 3 have gotten a new card today, which is super exciting. Actually, 4. I think maybe 4 have. But I have 3 on the, well, 2 here and 1 over there that I need to put their brag tag out for. I've already got the new cards on the wall for them. So the highest card now is the blue, and there are just 2 levels above that. It goes blue, and then like the grayish purple, and then the rainbow. Oh, the pinnacle of achievement. Yes. So they are all about that, let me tell you. I just saw an email from my AP saying that MAP testing starts next week. That is our state testing, nationally normed test. It's a Missouri academic placement test. And it's 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade that take it. So that's like the big, it's like the park test for Florida, or, you know, everybody has their own version of it. So this will be the big test that they all work for all year. And our AP said, hey, it'd be really, really nice if we showed our support and encouragement and wrote them letters to encourage them to do well on their test. I'm like, that's a great idea. I would love to do that. So we need to have them written by Friday because they start testing on Monday. So I think I also want to like send a little goodie or something. I don't know. I feel like I want to do something. I'm not sure. Maybe we could just put something on the note, like a little, some kind of a treat thing. I don't know. I'll think of something. There's plenty of ideas because a lot of people are in that testing mode right now. I've seen lots of cool things on Instagram, like free tags and stuff. So I'll come up with something, I'm sure. We'll get them done by the end of the week. I have plenty of time to think about it. I need to give this test to my kiddos. I think I'll do it before I don't even know, sometime today. After lunch, before we read. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've got my chapter 12 test already printed. We won't need that for a couple weeks. We're also supposed to have students choose 3 girls and 3 boys that they think would be good leaders on the leadership team for 2nd grade next year. And it doesn't even have to be a student that's like, like the good kid, you know, that never gets in trouble. I mean, they want anybody that would be a good leader. So, I mean, sometimes good leaders get in trouble because they are good leaders. They talk too much or something, you know, but they have good leadership qualities, even if they have some trouble in the classroom sometimes. So I need to do that too sometime this week. I think we just have to have that done by the end of April. So we have a couple weeks for that. We have 26 days left of school. 26. So my little bunny that I have up on the little doodle bug up there, you see him? He's on number 26. Where is he? There he is, right there. He's going to be hopping backwards starting today. I usually don't start till May. I think it's time. I need to see the end in sight. And the kids really have not been having spring fever because it does not feel like spring here. It doesn't feel like spring at all. The other day it felt like spring when I wore my flip-flops and stuff and let my toes loose. But after that, we've had like 40s and 50 degree weather, and they have to take a jacket to recess, and it just does not feel like spring at all. So they're kind of subdued, which is probably a good thing. But man, when that warm weather hits, it's going to be all over. It's going to be game over, people. So we got to get it all in now. Okay, I'm going to go run around and get a few things done, and then I won't be able to check in at lunch because I'll be upstairs with my teacher peeps celebrating my other teacher peeps' birthday. So I'll probably try to check back in with you after school or at recess or both. And my poor daughter was feeling very sick this morning and decided to try to go to school. But then, poor thing got sick. She didn't even get very far out of the parking lot before she got sick and had to stop at McDonald's, which is like across the road from me, and texted me and said, "Mom, I got sick." And I knew she was feeling nauseous, so I put a bag in the car for her in case she didn't make it somewhere. She didn't make it somewhere. So I said, okay, I will email your school. You'll need to just go home. So I need to check on her too. Okay, I'm going to go get some things done, and I'll check back in with you later when I get a chance.
Let's go with the book. Go with the flow.
They showed Eula that a checkerboard sweater with a pillbox hat looked dazzling on a square pen.
Hi, it is recess time, and I just got the kids deposited on the playground, and now I can take a breath. I just felt like I've been running all day. I feel like that most of the time anymore. I think it's just I feel the time crunch because we only have, I think, 26 days left. I just put the bunny on the clips up there. I think I mentioned that earlier. See, I don't even remember what I said earlier now because my brain is just bloop. So I went a little over on reading group time because I was going more in depth with the book. So I only met with 2 groups. But I am not feeling bad about that because it was my 2 low groups that really need more in-depth study of their books. So I feel pretty good about that. And then I'll just, spend more time with the other groups tomorrow because tomorrow will be a reread day for those 2 groups I met with today. And then tomorrow, those other 2 groups will get their new books since they did not get it today. But that's okay. I think maybe I need to do that anyway because it is really hard to do a new group with every book every Monday and Wednesday. I think maybe I need to do these 2 groups get a book on Monday and Wednesday. These 2 groups get a book on Tuesday and Thursday, and then flip-flop them. I think that will work better. But it's just, there's never enough time, is there? There's just never enough time. I want more time with these guys. I really do. And I feel like everything just, goes and it's gone. But we've had a really good day. Our new girl is just, going with the flow pretty much. And of course, when you get a new student, you have no idea where they are in the spectrum of learning. And so I just kind of went, she's probably on grade level. Let's just find out. So I brought her into kind of like a mid-range reading group. She did great. So I might be able to move her up. That'd be cool. But she fit right in. She jumped in and read the story with us, and I went ahead and sent it home with her. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So she's kind of excited. I got her folder ready and got her box set up and everything, so that'll be good. I feel very distracted. Do you just feel like this time of the year you have all these things you want to do and you just don't feel like you have the time to do much of anything anymore? Because really our teaching time is going to be cut off very soon, and we're going to have to just be testing everything that we've already taught. So there's not a lot of time for new learning. There's not a lot of time for relearning either. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. We're working on our final writing project, which is informational reports. And I'm really trying to do it right. I mean, every year I try to do it right, of course. But by doing it right, I mean just really giving them a solid foundation for research skills. I mean, even in first grade, they need to know that you don't just copy from the book. That's called plagiarism. My kids learned that word in first grade. They learned plagiarism. They know it means stealing the author's words. We should never steal anything from anyone, especially their words. So they learn that. I know you still have that go on in high school and college and beyond. But this first grade teacher is teaching her kids what plagiarism is and not allowing it on their first grade informational reports. No. We were going to do a little report on sea turtles today, just a really quick one, but my reading groups ran over and then I just didn't have time to do it. So I did read a little bit of the sea turtle book with them, which I can do some more tomorrow. I have the whole week blocked off for doing an ocean animal report. I wanted to do a sea turtle and a shark, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And then next week is birds because we're getting our chick eggs. Yes. So we're supposed to set up our incubators Wednesday and let them run like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend to regulate them. They're supposed to stay around 99 degrees. You have to put water in the little water thingy, and I'll show you that when I set it up. And I can even get to it now that I clean my closet. Yay. So we'll be doing that. I think I'm going to set it up over here on this Easter bin because it needs to have a flat surface to sit on. And really that's about the only one left in the room. I don't want to steal a desk to put it on because that'll be kind of a pain. And it will short me a seating area for a child. So I don't want to do that. But then when they hatch, we have to be able to transfer the babies after they've dried into an aquarium with a heat lamp. So that'll be another thing that has to plug in over there. So we'll make it work. I have those multi-plug things. So as long as I can find one outlet, I'm good. I gave the money pre-assessment after we had the special reader that you saw. That was a grandma of one of our students, and she comes in periodically whenever I say, hey, would you like to be the mystery reader? And she's like, I would love to. So she comes in and reads to the class, and they were very excited that she was here. So they weren't very quiet, and they just kept talking. And I kept saying, oh, please be a good listener. Please be a good listener. But, you know, they got really excited, and they couldn't contain themselves. And so I just kind of, I mellowed them as much as I could mellow them. And I didn't want to be mean or snippy or, you know, you need to be quiet, kids, because I wanted them to enjoy the reading, of course. Yeah. So it went fine. It was good. They enjoyed the story. It was Square Cat. I think I've taken it over there now. Story of Square Cat, which I was going to read earlier but did not have time. So that goes along with our 2D Shapes unit. It's a very cute story. And I think you can get Square Cat on YouTube too. So if you're interested, you can get on there. And I think I may have gotten a story from Amazon, so I will link it below for you so you can find it easier in case you would like to buy it. But if not, I'm sure there's a YouTube version too, which I haven't looked for, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it just going through things when I've looked for other things. YouTube has most everything if you just look hard enough, really. Okay, what are we doing when we come back? We're going to be learning about what it means to be in the fish group. So I'll be doing that little Zookeeper's book. I'll show you that in just a second. So I've cleaned out my basket. Look at that. All it has are the Zookeeper books, which is great because we finished our rabbit writing. And I have a little thing for my new friend. And I think one of my, I hesitate to say old friend, one of my friends that was on a little vacation didn't get to start one either. So there's one for her. Yeah, everybody else has one. And then I've got a couple of the papers with the animals that go in the book. So let me get that ready for them so they have that. That'll be good to know. We've got all the stuff that we need. Okay, so we will be talking about the characteristics of fish. And I have the poster. The postest with the mostest. Yeah, you don't want to cooperate so much. I have an extra boo-boo sheet in case somebody loses a creature or two. Alright. Put this in with my new little friends. I have about a gajillion Ziploc bags over here because I've been using them to contain items. Okay, I'm going to put my new friends in here. I think I just put their number on the bag. Yeah. So she's got her bag now. I'll put her little stuff inside there. All right. After we learn the characteristics of the fish family, we will fill in the blanks on the page that we have in our books that match this. It'll say like fish blank underwater, and we'll put breathe. So it has these sentences with some missing words. I need to trim this. I only did the ones that I'd already used. Haven't done the other ones. So So we have 3 groups left. We have fish, we have birds, we have amphibians. I thought I saw my phone go off. Oh. I get all these weird text alerts from like Sally Beauty, Old Navy, Maurice's. I'm just like, I need to get off of those because they're just kind of annoying, honestly. They tell you about sales and things. Okay, now it looks all beautiful. This isn't even wrinkly on this one. Okay, so there's that. That'll be a little poster that'll hang on the wall. I still have not hung up the other ones. I think I'm going to put them up here next to my cubes poster. Up there. The top. That way the kids can see them. And maybe refer to them when we're talking about different animals. Possibly. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to grade these little lovelies and see what groups they're going to need to go in next week. Because I don't think that we'll continue with fractions next week. Because that's something that they're going to get when they get to that part in our chapter of Go Math. Not everybody is on that unit. Or less, yeah. Not everybody is in that chapter, but they will be soon. So somebody that didn't pre-learn it will hopefully learn it when they get there. And then everybody will do something with money, I think. Because they have to learn what the coins are and the values of the coins. And that's what this test was. You just had to identify. I don't think I have a blank one. I did have one. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably over there where I laid it when I came back in. Anyway, it just has, I can show you this test. I'll just scroll down the name. Okay. They had to write the name of the coin, and then they had to write how much it was worth. And I had a word bank for them to look through so it could help them. So if they can identify the coins, then they'll move on to the I know the value group if they didn't know it before. And if they know everything on here, then they'll move on to counting like coins, like a whole row of dimes or a whole row of nickels, a whole row of quarters. Okay. That's what we're up to today. Just talking about fishies. And reading this book, Amazing Aquarium. Yes. So after we learn about the fish group and we fill out our book and we cut the little animals that go in there, we'll read Amazing Aquarium. And then it'll probably be time to pack and go home. So that'll be okay. My readers will go to reading, the reading teacher, and they'll come back and we usually pack for them just to make life easier. It's time to go get the kiddos from recess. So I'll be doing that, and I will try to check back in with you after school and let you know how the rest of the day went. But so far it's gone swimmingly. Catch you later. So for writing time today, we read a big chunk of the Sea Turtles book. It's a National Geographic Kids book. It's really nice. It has beautiful photographs. And then we pulled interesting information out of it. So you can see we talked about plagiarism. They're like, no, we don't want to steal the author's words. I'm like, no, you don't. I am leaving this up for the kids so they can remember what the coins are and how much they're worth. I need to change the math desks. We had a question, something we want to know. How fast does sea turtles swim? So we're going to try to figure that out. They were very interested in the word instinct because this book talked about how turtles instinctively know how to do things. These are facts that the students pulled out of the book. I said, hey, friends, while I'm reading this book, raise your hand when you hear an interesting fact that you would like us to write down. And boy, were they listening. And they shot their hands up and they got to share the fact that they liked. So I wrote them down. And then we didn't have enough room for all of them. So we put a few more over here because they thought those were really cool too. So we'll take this information and I'm going to have them choose probably 5 of the facts that they want to use to write into their report, because I think our actual report has 5 in it. That gives them like above grade level, whatever. That gives them a little room to slide if they don't do so well in their introduction and closing, so they can still pass their assessment for writing. And my new little friend did pretty well today. She stays right on with us, sometimes better than some of my friends that have been here, which is nice to have that. Oh my goodness. It's nice to have someone that kind of seems to get it. I need to make sure that I've changed all the calendars. I had neglected to change them all when I left on Friday. Go figure, because Fridays are wackadoo. I didn't change this one on Friday. The kids are like, you didn't change that? I'm like, nope, I didn't. So I just changed it this morning. They were here. It's no big deal. We got lots of birthdays coming up. There's one on Saturday. There's one on the next Saturday. There's one on Monday. So we need to make a birthday book this week, and a birthday book this week, and a birthday book this week. Cool. All right, let me change this thingy up here. It tells what day we're on. They notice stuff like that for sure. And then I need to change this to write the date. And then I need to write the terrific kid's name, which I forgot to do. Tomorrow, our new terrific kid. Cool beans. Got that done. I've lost my marker lid. There. Get that done. Need to turn my thingy off here. My projector. There we go. Alright, then I need to head upstairs with all this stuff. I have someone else's pickup tag that they might be missing right now. Probably been looking all over for it. Somehow it got mixed in with mine. And then, I don't even know. I need to go to the office and turn in a couple things. I'm trying to get a backpack for my new friend because she does not have one. I got school supplies for her. Yeah, there's the little bunny that's down there all by his lonesome. Somebody must have dropped it. So I don't know who that belongs to. I'll put it up top, and here's somebody's paper that they didn't care too much about, so that's going in the recycle box. Trying to clean this place up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let me run upstairs. I need to erase my board. Look at all this stuff. It's a lot of writing. I need to erase that before I go. Okay, then I run to the restroom, try to get a backpack for my new kiddo. Yeah, let's go. Hi, I am home from school, as you can see. I am not at my desk. I'm at the breakfast bar at my house. And I didn't get a chance to go over these money assessments because after school, I thought I would have time to do stuff, but my new girl didn't have a backpack, so I went to find a new backpack for her. So I got the new backpack, and then I had to turn those two things in that I had, like a packet of stuff, and I had a paper like for summer school. So I took those to the office to turn them in. And then when I was checking my teacher box, the counselor that was in the office goes, I heard her talking about my new girl. And I came out, and her mom was there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And thankfully, the girl was still at school because she was a late bus rider. Boo. So I said, oh, are you here to pick her up? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because she didn't tell us that before. She just came to school. Well, thankfully, the girl hadn't gotten on the bus yet because that could have been really bad. So I said, oh, let me go get her. I got her a backpack, blah, blah, I told her. So I went and got the little girl. And then I got her, said goodbye and talked to mom and let her know how her day was and all that kind of stuff. We had a good day. Got her sent off to home. And then I'm getting kisses from Boo. Thank you, Boo. Anyway, then I went back downstairs and I needed to change my calendars, still a few of them. I needed to get my computer put away, blah, blah. My daughter was there to pick me up. It went really fast. So I didn't have a chance to do anything with this. So I'm going to check them now. Then I'm going to get my pajamas on because I'm tired. Yeah. Oh, got myself some tea with my awesome mug that I love to use. Thank you, Lynn Daniel. I keep saying it all the time, but I really do love my mug. Use it all the time. Except when it's in the dishwasher, then I have to use my other one. But, can't have it all. Yeah, so I'm going to see how these kiddos did on identifying coins and knowing their value. And we did not teach it yet. So this is a pre-assessment to see if they remember anything from kindergarten from a year ago. So, wish me luck. Pikachu's tail getting on the camera. That's good retention from kindergarten. Thank you. No bite. I'm getting kisses. Be nice. No bite. No bite. No. Thank you. Well, the results are in, and 6 of 19 students know their coins and their value. 6. That's without teaching them. Just today, I put on the board the magnetic coins that you saw earlier that have the head and tail for each one, how much it's worth, and what it's called. Alrighty, I think I am going to go change my clothes. Makeup seems to have melted off my face. And just, my husband and I need to finish our taxes tonight. I'm going to get to it because this will be my last chance to relax probably all night. Since we got to mess the tax stuff too, because it's due tomorrow, so we need to put it in the mail tonight or in the morning. Alrighty, plus I just threw another load of laundry in. It's the last one though. I think this was load number 7. Tired, really tired. It's only Monday. But only 5 left after this. Only 5 more, which is a little scary to me. Because I have things I want to do, and I'm not going to get to do all of them probably, which is sad. So, such is life. You have to prioritize and then just make peace with it and move on. I will talk to you in the morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Oh, goodness, I'm so tired. We're still working on our taxes, and that's just super fun. It's very confusing. We normally had a tax guy do our taxes, but this year we're like, oh, we don't need him because our tax firm closed. We're like, we can do them. I don't think we'll do that ever again in our lives because it's confusing. Very confusing. You have to do this before you can do this, and you got to look at this thing on the computer and then look at, ugh. So we're going to get it done tonight because they're not going to be late. I'm not going to pay a penalty. Yeah. Okay, welcome back to my classroom. We have been working on 2D shapes the last 2 days. And we were supposed to have the firefighters come read to us today, but something happened and they never came. So I just kept pushing off our snack thing because it was going to be a snacktivity, like a mathtivity, snacktivity. And I didn't want us to get stuck in the middle and have to leave it and come back to it. So I just went ahead and did the regular math lesson, and then I went, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and do it. So we did a 2D shapes graphing activity, and it's one that I made, so I am happy to share it with you. I'll put it in the description box below so you can get it if you want to. It's 3 pages, I believe. Yeah, one is a sorting page, one is a graphing page, and one is a question page. So it's a good review for graphs because some of my kids still are having trouble with the how many more of this than this. They want to say, oh, there's this many. No, you don't add them together. You actually need to subtract to see how many more of this than this. I've showed them all different kinds of ways, but they just need more practice doing it. This is one way for them to get more practice. So let me show you my outfit, and then I'll show you a little bit of what we did, and I'll show you the snacks that we used. Okay, so today it's supposed to get to 70. Let's hope, because this morning it was 32, and boy, did it feel it. Yeah, especially when I go outside to feed those little kitties. They are like, brr, and I'm like, brr. Alrighty, so I am wearing some leggings, and I decided to do some flip-flops today because I'm just going to believe that the weather is going to be warmer when I leave. This morning it was a little chilly. I have this little, like, cover thingy, this little over thingy sweater, and a short sleeve V-neck t-shirt, and this little necklace and earrings, my ring. These are the Lottie Dottie's magnetic ones, and this was gone after power hour. It fell somewhere, and I went, so I asked my kids, I said, hey kids, can you help me be detectives and try to find the thing that fell out of my ring? I said, it's round and silver with pink sparkles. And they're like, how big is it? I said, just big enough to fit in here. It's like this size. And they're like, okay. And they said, and it's magnetic, so it would stick to metal if it got next to metal. And they're like, okay. They did a really great job. They didn't find it, but they did a really great job looking for it. And so I picked up my keys off my desk, and I picked them up to leave, and I heard, zing. I went, what was that? And I looked, there it was. It stuck to my keys. And they're like, do we still get a prize? Because I had said whoever finds it gets a prize, gets a reward. And I said, yeah, how about I give you some stickers because you were great detectives and great helpers. So they each earned 3 stickers. They're like, oh, we get 3. I said, yeah, because you looked really hard and you were so helpful and kind. That was very sweet. And I'm like, okay. So then like 6 kids filled up their next card. Yes, we are going to make it to that rainbow party. I'm going to say, yes, all of them are going to make it. I'm going to make sure they make it. Okay, so I'll back up so you can see my outfit now that I got everything back together again. And then I'll show you my snacktivity for math. Okay, so here's I've worn this once before. It's got the fringe on the bottom. Here are my leggings. They're just from Walmart, and they're capris, as you can see. And here are my flip-flops. I wore these last week one time. So that's what I've got on today. We had rectangles. We had circles. We had triangles. We had squares. And we had more triangles. And I was thinking there might have been a hexagonal cracker somewhere too, but I didn't worry about that. We just did the 4 basic shapes today, which was good. And then you'll see that I put on the board the graphing that we did. Here are the blank pages. So after the students sorted their snacks onto their sorting page, then I asked them to write how many of each shape they had and write them in the shapes on the bottom of the graph down here. That way we could go ahead and start eating our snack because they were starving. It was like 9:40 and we usually eat at 9. So they were like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I said, I know, let's hurry up and get to your food. I'm not sure, you know, when you get a new student, you don't know where they are as far as what they've done in math and what they haven't. I think I'm already starting to see some gaps and I'm like, I can only fill so many gaps in the next few weeks because then we're going to be doing testing and be done. I'm going to run around and do some errands around school. And then I'm going to have pizza for my lunch because there's leftover from yesterday's pizza that I got for my friend for her birthday. And let's see. What did we do last night? We just worked on taxes and watched a creepy movie called Nails on Netflix. It was weird. Very weird. It's about this woman that was paralyzed in a car accident and she thinks there's something in her hospital room. Make me never want to go to the hospital again. Yeah, that was creepy. My daughter loves creepy, spooky movies like that. And I'm just like, okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. This afternoon, we're going to finish our sea turtle reports. And I'm hoping that my students can have time to pull their own facts out of this one and put them on their own little graphic organizer, which we, just like we did yesterday on this. So I will read this with them. They can follow along. Then I'm going to have them take like a yellow crayon and highlight the facts that are interesting to them. And they're going to write them down on here. That may be all that we accomplished today, honestly, for writing, because we don't have a lot of writing time. But that's okay. We'll get what we can get done. We'll be working on our scholastic news about fish and real rainbow fish. And the cool thing is, there is a prediction page that goes with it. So you have a before reading and an after reading, and then you compare and contrast real rainbow fish with the rainbow fish story. So that'll be really cool. And I was going to do a rainbow snack to go along with that, but we did our mathtivity, snacktivity today, which we would have done yesterday, but it didn't work out, so whatever. It's fine, doesn't really matter. It'll be okay. We could have a rainbow snack tomorrow. That'd be okay. And then we're going to compare and contrast fiction and nonfiction because they need to be able to compare different things. And we will do some key details for a main idea thing. So it's going to hit a lot of standards today. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Plus the kids love learning about new animals and things. So it's really cool. Get all my stuff piled up here. For Power Hour today, we did, this was like a scoot activity or something, and I changed it into a PowerPoint. So for the scoot activity, if you've never done scoot, basically you just lay stuff around the room and the kids just scoot or move to the next center thing and write down the answer of whatever it is. So this was pizza fraction, so there were like different pizzas with different slices taken out, and it was cut in different fractional parts. And they just had to write the fractions on here. And then we went back and talked about each one. And then we started talking about equivalent fractions. Oh, well, if it's 4/8, what else does that look like? Look at the pizza. How much of it has got pepperoni on it? Like 4/8. I said, yeah, but if you're just looking at the pizza, you say, I'm going to have this part and you're going to have this part. Which part of it actually has pepperoni? And someone's like, half. And I went, exactly. It's really hard to get them to think like that when you can't actually say, oh, we're looking for halves. Because then you've given the answer. So it's kind of hard to get them to get to that. But I've kind of been talking about that all along. Like, what is this the same as? Like, it's, 4/8, but it's also the same as this much of the pizza. And they're like, oh, half. I'm like, yeah. So we did that. And then we did this name fractions thing. And we got done except for the last 3 things. And I told them they could finish it on their own because they could. So this is from Reagan Tunstall's fraction activities or fraction pack or something that I showed sometime. Anyway, the kids write their name, and I said, if you can write your first and last name, do that. But if you can only write your first name, it's okay. And then I had kids going, I don't know how to. And I said, guys, listen to what I said, please. It was really hard to get much accomplished today because I had 2 groups together in my room. So I had 30 students. That's too many. It was too many. I don't want to do that again. It was really loud. And I'm like, okay. Once I'd get like one group quieted down, then the other group would start being loud. I'm like, okay, give me 5. Everybody needs to listen. There's a lot of us in here, and we want to get this accomplished, so let's be good listeners. Anyway, they write their name, and then they count how many letters, and then that's the denominator for everything. And then they just look at how many tall letters do we have, how many short letters, how many letters with a tail, and then the fraction of curved letters, fraction of capital letters, fraction of vowel letters. And so we got all but the last 3 done, like I said. But they can finish that on their own. That was kind of fun as a whole class activity. I'll probably do that with my class too. I've made sure, especially on these fraction groups, to not get my students and to not put my students in a group that's going to use the materials that I'm providing too. That way I can use them with my class as well and have fun with them. I was thinking about doing this one with them, but I didn't get to it, so we might do it tomorrow. But on my lesson plans, I've got the spin a fraction game because I didn't get to that at all. So that is get my basket of fun, my power hour, my fancy post-it note sign. Okay, so they get one of these, they share with a partner, and this is a pattern block thing, which is really fun, and this could take a while. So we'll probably start with this, and I honestly do not want to have both groups in here, but some of them could go out here in the bus landing area. That's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to go ahead and give them the doubled page so they can play 2 games. So they'll get a paperclip spinner and they'll spin. Red ones are the trapezoids. The yellow ones are the hexagons. The green ones are triangles. And the blue ones are rhombus. That's what they are. Yeah, at least on ours. They might be different colors for you, but generally trapezoid, hexagon, triangle, rhombus. So whatever color you spin, you take that pattern block and you try to fill up your hexagons. And whoever fills them up first wins. And that's one of our standards, to make shapes out of shapes. So we're going to make a composite shape out of other 2D shapes. So that'll hit lots of cool stuff. So that will be fun. So I need to cut these apart. I have a bajillion of them. I have 3 groups that I've prepped for. So that's something I need to make sure I have plenty of. Oh, and when I did these, I was thinking I was going to cut them in half, so now I need to make twice as many. That is okay. That gives them plenty to do. And I think this is a good activity for spatial relations and things. So that's really good. And then there's also a find and cover. Sorry, my necklace is getting hung in my bin. There's a find and cover fractions game where they get this board. And it says find and cover. I would have them color it. They spin the spinner. Whatever they get, they're going to color that thing. So if it says halves, I think I touched something different, but if you got halves, you'd color 1/2. So, and then whoever colors their pictures in first wins. They love games where they can win, and it's fun for them. They don't even realize they're doing math. We didn't get to the shoe fractions yesterday at all, so I might just save that for my class and not even worry about it with this group, because it doesn't really matter as long as we're doing some cool fraction activities. So yeah, I have a lot of cutting to do. All right, so that's what we've been doing and what we're going to do. And then after school, I have to scoot on out of here because I have a hair appointment. Thank you, because it's just like that. Yeah. So that will be taken care of. And I'm trying to decide if I want a new style, if I just want to go with this one more time and then do something new for summer. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to even look because I've been in tax land for so long. And on the weekends, I just don't have the energy to think about what I want to do with my hair. Honestly, I just want to put a hat on and say I don't have any hair. Because I don't want to deal with it, yeah. But whatever, it'll be okay. I mean, that's not a huge problem. That's a first world problem for sure. There are much bigger problems in the world than my hair. I'm not going to even worry about it. Okay, I'm going to run and get some stuff done. And it'll be lunchtime soon. I'll get to relax and eat some of my pizza from yesterday. Oh, yesterday I told you that the student teacher, yes, I almost said substitute. The student teacher across the hall, my goodness, see what I mean? I'm glad it's going to be taken care of. She was going to make chocolate chip cookies for her cooperating teacher's birthday, which is my buddy teacher, and then she had something wrong with her neck or something, and she was gone, so she did not feel good. But she brought them today, and she said, I think I made enough for everyone to have 2. I'm like, yay, I'll have something with my lunch today, which was from yesterday too. So yay. Plus I went ahead and made myself a snack activity so that I could show the kids how to graph on the board. And I could, you know, show, yeah, I have 25 of these and I have 21 of these. And here's what you do when it goes past the graph. Let's just make more graphing spots because you need to be able to do how many more of something, and you can't really do it if you don't have the right number. Yep. Okay, I think I'm just going to go because I just need to get out of this room. I need to get some ice for my cup because I had no time, and I need to take my little ice bag with me so I can I'll fill my cup and my bag so I'll have extra. Take my keys that stole my ring part earlier and chat with you later. Hi, I just finally got to finish my piece of pizza from earlier. My kids just went to recess a little bit ago. I had a few little straggling writers that need to finish up their last sentences, and now I'm trying to hurry and get the Scholastic news thing up on the board, but we're having internet issues, so we'll see if that works. Trying to get it on here so we can talk about the rainbow fish and then read the real rainbow fish book. Okay, now it's working. Yay. And then I sent a lunch check over to the high school to pay for my daughter's lunches, and I forgot to put what it was for. So I just sent a check just to the high school, just randomly, and they're just like, what's this for? And I'm like, oh, sorry. I do that a lot because I'm always in a big hurry. Yeah. All right, I've got some emails I need to reply to because apparently there's some kind of glue stick conspiracy going on in my classroom. So I'm going to get to the bottom of it, and I'll check back in with you later. Hi, I just wanted to show you the aftermath of our rainbow fish lesson. We read this book, and we looked at this article. We did a compare and contrast, and this is what we came up with. This was our Venn diagram. They did a really good job sorting the sentences. This was part of the back of, that was the shoal of rainbow fish here. For the bottom of this, draw a shoal of rainbow fish. So we did a comprehension check. And we also did a prediction before we read anything. We did a lot with that rainbow fish activity. And the kids loved it. We did a lot with the rainbow fish activity, and the kids loved it. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I need to do before I can go sit down and do some more stuff. Do stuff in the room before I can sit down and do stuff. I need to change some calendars. We still haven't figured out how fast sea turtles swim. This was a residual of our AY paper that we did. I don't know if I have another one of those laying around. I probably do somewhere. It's just like the springtime spelling page. And then I put AY, and then we just came up with words that have AY at the end to go along with play and may. Because been, who, and again don't really have any rhymes. So we did the AY word family. Now I need to erase my board. Get rid of the fish and all the fish talk. Because tomorrow morning I will need this for Power Hour Math. So it's kind of a mess. I think I need to get my cleaner and clean this thing. But I would like to read The Greedy Triangle tomorrow. That was a cute story. Alright. Boy, look how grungy my board looks. Can you see how the smudge? Yeah, my eraser doesn't look too whippy either. I think this came from Dollar Tree. It has held up pretty darn well. I mean, considering I've been erasing several times a day for the entire year, pretty darn good. Okay. Ugh. Our Scholastic order came today. Let me show you my goodies. I loved when I get my book order. I feel like a kid. Because like when I was a kid and the Scholastic book order forms came home, I would just pour over them. I would circle all the things I wanted. I'd be like, Mom, can I get a book for 2 or 10 or 12 or $1 million? Most of the time, no, I couldn't. Because there's, you know, it's not something you have to have. So we didn't always get stuff. But anyway, look at this box. What's like Christmas? Let me show you what is in said box. So I got 2 sets of books on CD. So this is the first grade book and CD library, and this is the kindergarten animal fun book and CD library. I will open those up and show you what's in there. These would be the March and April book order forms for kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. Because remember I sent home like 6 order form booklets? Yeah, they had a lot of choices. Okay, one of the things, this was so cool. This came in a pack of animal readers. I don't think I have the plastic for that anymore, but look. We're doing nonfiction animal reports right now. So tigers, monkeys, snakes, dolphins, pandas, polar bears, penguins, koalas, lions, and elephants. Holy moly, how many was that? 10. 10 books. That's half my class. Awesome. Then I also got something about bees because bees are kind of endangered right now. And so we might just do a little thing with insects. Just a really short thing. We've got The Whole World in Our Hands. I want to say that was a freebie. Yep. Scholastic Book Club's Golden Apple Teacher. Here's a free special preview. Please let us know what you think. Oh, cool. Because I'm a Golden Apple Teacher because I order every month. This is kindergarten to 1st grade free books for April. So I don't know what the other book is. I'll have to open it. A Stick is an Excellent Thing. I got these Maker Space Projects 4-pack. Thought that'd be fun. I got the pack of Antoinette books. They look cute. I got Wendell the Narwhal. So cute. Okay. I got a Peeps Easter book. Can't use that till next year, but that's okay. I got Zoe's Rescue Zoo, the Scruffy Sea Otter. It's a chapter book I could read. This is the sea turtle book I've been reading from. So now we have a spare, which is always good. And I've got Narwhal, Unicorn of the Sea. And then what else do we get? Some like bonus points and stuff. That's cool. Oh, here's another sloth book. But there's some little goodies that came with some of these. So I'm going to put this over here, this over here, and this over here. And you'll get to see what came with it. We've got Mama's Business Trip. Nope, Bunny's Staycation. So that'd be cute for next year. Thelma the Unicorn, because we're having our Unicorn Rainbow Party. We got Rosie Revere Engineer. Thought that'd be awesome. Celebrate Easter. This is a National Geographic Kids. That'll be good for next year. This is Uni the Unicorn. And then I've got Grow a Crystal Unicorn. I thought that might be cute as like a sciencey experiment thingy for my kids to see. Okay, let me show you the things that came with some of these books. So the sloth book came with this little baby sloth. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. It does not have Velcro, but look how cute. It's so soft. And it's got beans. How cute is that to go with my big sloth? Okay, so that came with that. Oh yeah, it did come with a sea turtle. Look how cute is that. Oh my gosh. My kids are like, oh! I had squeals, people. Squeals. And I'm like, I'm so glad you're excited, but try not to squeal. They were really, really excited about that. And then, look at the little narwhal with that little horn. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. One more. And this was the, oh, this one. Oh yeah, it's an otter. You ought to get one. So yeah, I got all kinds of goodies. My box is now empty. I will open up the books and CD sets and let you see what's in those. Okay, so here's the Animal Fun book and CD library from kindergarten. All right, we've got If I Had a Griffin. Look, unicorn. There was an old lady who swallowed a cow. I am not a chair. And we have Duck, Duck, Dinosaur. So that's the kindergarten CD library. And then this one is the, I think it's the seesaw one. Okay, we have How to Catch the Easter Bunny, which will be great for next year for writing a how-to. Good Morning, Grizzle Grump. Miss Fox's Class Goes Green. This will be awesome for Earth Day, which is Sunday. And Click Clack Peep, which I do have this one, but I don't have it on CD. I have the hardback that I've read to the class. So that'll be cute for Easter next year. So I'm going to get the little packs that you print to go with them, like reading comprehension sheets and different activities to go along with the books that are already made up. I mean, yeah, someone has already done it, so why reinvent the wheel? Yeah. So I'm going to get those purchased soon. That was a pretty good size order. And several of those I used my little coupons for. So I think I got like 6 of them probably for free, which is good. Because I don't spend a whole bunch on my book orders anymore. I try to use points. Yeah. There are some years where I have lots of kids order, and there are some years where I don't have a lot of kids order. So it just depends on the year whether they can get books or not. So, yep. All right. Let's in here. I showed the kids a whole bunch of the books, like the animal books. I showed them in the little animals, and they were just like, you know, the squealing. But some of them I didn't show them because I didn't want them to see the unicorn books, and I didn't want them to see the science things. It's a random banana. You just have a random banana sitting around because that was from my lunch and I didn't eat it. 15 minutes before it's time to go. And every day I have marker on my pinky. Every day. Teacher problems. Yeah. I'm going to look at my lesson plans over here and see if I need to copy anything for tomorrow or the rest of my life. And then I'll be ready. Tomorrow for math, we're going to be using objects to compose 2D shapes, which is building with marshmallows and pretzel sticks. The kids are going to love it. I think I will be able to film that while they're building because I like to roam around and observe them anyway, so I can observe them with my iPad. That'll be good. And in Power Hour, we're going to do that spin a fraction game that I showed you earlier. So they use a spinner, and like this would be a trapezoid, and they'd take the trapezoid and put it in here. So I'd fill half of it, and they'd spin and say they got a triangle, so they'd put a triangle here. So whoever fills their hexagons first wins. I'm going to get myself packed up and get ready to leave because, like I said, I have a hair appointment right after school today. So as soon as my daughter gets here, I need to zip on out of here and get back to my town where my hairdresser is. And we'll see what happens with this. Tomorrow you'll see whatever happens. Hopefully it's a good change. Yeah, hopefully I make a good choice. Whatever. My hairdresser's awesome, so she won't steer me wrong. All right, I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I will see you in the morning.